Hey guys, it's me, the one and only Skattosan. Um, I had to take a walk. It's like darn near 2:30 in the morning, March 17th, 2016. And I just gotta say that, well, I couldn't sleep, obviously. I'm awake, I'm out, walking around, it's kind of cloudy out. I'm in Texas, as obviously most of you, if not all of you, already know. And well, I couldn't sleep. So I picked up my new phone and I said to myself, well, I'm gonna, you know, play with it. Here, I'm gonna, find a game or something, I'm gonna do something. Well, I was browsing the Google Play Store or whatever, and I came across, Nook, and I have Nook. I have a Nook account. I have a Nook, and I decided to download the app on my phone, and um, I decided to that's actually not how it happened. My bad. I had an email from Nook, and the that was how it got me. That's what it was. Okay. So I had an email, checked it, decided to download the app, and then um, saw a couple of inspirational book titles that I thought would be interesting to read. And one of them I actually stumbled across as I started to read its uh, its preview, introduction or whatever. And what I thought was nice, what was interesting about it, is that obviously most books on the bestsellers list or whatever are going to be by someone who's pretty well known by, a lot of people. Well, I didn't realize, because I didn't read who it was by, until I started reading uh, its little, catch 3 paragraphs or what have you. Oprah Winfrey. And the title of the book is called What I Know for Sure. And that's something I've struggled with for a very long time. I've struggled with, what do I know for sure? What's real to me? What is true beyond any shadow of a doubt? And why? How is it true? What causes it to be true to me? And I've read a great deal of philosophy. I've read a great deal of insights from minds that go back generations. Well, what's interesting to me is that some of those things that are being said are so similar, even if it's hundreds of years apart, to current day, which means there's something consistent about life. And the biggest part probably is living. Living is the biggest part of that whole statement, that whole inquiry of self-exploration and understanding. Well, I'm at a standstill. Actually, I'm not. I'm walking. And I guess that's why my mind is so, sporadic right now, is because I have something to say, and that is that my life is off the chain right now. One of the things that she says in, I think it's the first chapter of Joy, I think there was like 5 categories or whatever, 5 chapters or what have you. And the first one was joy, and in it, she remarks something to the effect of creating 4 and 5-star experiences. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean to have a 5-star experience? Well, if you look at restaurants, you have 4 and 5-star restaurants. You have something that basically is on a scale that is internationally known or recognized as a standard. Okay, well, by understanding this worldly concept of 5 stars, you can begin to establish the same from within yourself. So, she was referring to something, I think it was working out was a 1-star for her. And she uses the word still. Like, it's still a 1-star for me, which is interesting to me. I wouldn't have expected that. Because I like to work out. So to me, it might be more than a 1-star compared to her. Walking the dogs unleashed in the forest was a 5-star, I think she said. I would probably agree with that. If you're really sitting down and you're, exploring what it means to be free, to have free time, and to enjoy that, that is probably gonna be a 5-star experience if you're able to really enjoy it. If you're not pushed to do something. Well, man, okay. So with me, my life for the past year or 2 has been a roller coaster between 1-stars and 5-star experiences. If we're gonna, continue to use this analogy that Oprah Winfrey is using to categorize her life experiences. So I want to capitalize on something that has recently occurred in my life that really does alter the way I am currently and project forward how I'm going to live and continue to live. And that is the experience that just recently happened, was that the relationship that I am in basically came to a screeching halt and had nothing to do with anyone but myself. Now, one would think, well, what kind of a relationship are you talking about? A relationship with yourself? Because it takes 2 to tango, right? Well, yes, but no. Okay, because if someone falls off the bandwagon and, giving enough attention or what have you, things can go south, can go sour, can become stagnant. Well, something like that happened. And ever since that point, ever since I had to realize that the individual in my life wasn't happy and didn't want to continue being with me, I began to fight for that relationship like there was absolutely nothing more important. Now, granted, there were other things that were more important. Our son that we have, okay, we gave birth to together, brought into this world together, focusing on the self, okay, improving the self, and continuing to grow as an individual Those are both probably two of the most important things at that time. Well, while working on that, or those two things, and also giving attention where attention should have been due, I have become something even more unstoppable than I once thought I was. A long time ago, I thought that I was very, very unstoppable, and I was rude about it. I was so rude. I remember being just so rude in high school, um, in life in general, because I thought that because of all this knowledge that I had, this what I know for sure, that I was able to be one step above the common man or woman. That I wasn't a citizen, that I was of the warrior class, the samurai class. Well, my experience with loss, and anybody would probably agree if they've experienced something with loss, it wakes you up. You need to be in a constant state of awareness so that you don't fall prey to what loss does to you. You need to be so aware that you refrain from loss. Sometimes loss is inevitable. And when I say sometimes, I mean every time, because there is one thing in life that is unavoidable, and that is death. Okay, you will lose someone. Someone will pass away. Someone else will lose you. Okay? But regarding my experience, over the last week, I have gone from my life being destroyed, okay, and building it back with the pieces. Building it back to where, not to where it was. You don't want it to be the same as it was. You want it to be more than. And if you can use some of the pieces that were brought to rubble, then good. Because you still have to have things from the past that are stepping stones towards the future. And that's basically what happened. We are Team Camelot, her and I, okay? And our son now, part of Team Camelot. And that is a structure in our minds and in our hearts. And it is a castle. It is a figure of speech. And there was a flood. And it just crashed it all down. And now Team Camelot is a flowing river of stepping stones that once was our humble abode. And now we are walking down a stepping stone of river and rock and dangerous stepping stones that are fun, exciting, new, exhilarating, and I think we've had more fun in the last week than we've had in the last year. Or almost a year. We've had a couple good things here and there, but only a couple? Only a couple of 5-star, like, irrefutable memories that will last the test of time, and the rest are 1, 2, 3, maybe 4? Why? Why does it have to be like that? It doesn't. It shouldn't. We're going to the coast this weekend. We are going south, and we're going to go to the Gulf. Okay? I don't know where we're going. I'm not really on the up and up with what that area is. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be an experience that is going to last the test of time. One, because our son will be having seen the ocean for the first time. I want to say this is the first time we've been to the coast, her and I. Yeah. Um, uh, we're going with a bunch of people that we all love, and care about, and who care about us. Um, I, this last week has been what it was because of realizing that you can lose something. You can... Things can just wash away. Don't let it happen. Remind yourself that things are there because you wanted them to be there. And you love them. You care about them. Show them. Don't just say it. Don't just, wait for things to get better. It's in the now. It's in the right here, the right now. And you have the power to make your life good and everyone else around you, their life good. I forget who said it because I'm not sure who said it specifically, precisely. But there's a quote from one of the speeches that are of a compilation of speeches that I listened to, a 1-hour speech, compilation of speeches. And it says that if you are not making someone else's life better, you're wasting your time. That really has been my life. And in the last week, I have been probably the most selfless that I have been in a long time. And it felt good. It felt more than good. It felt spectacular. I have assisted around the house. I have stayed off of games. I want to say it was dwindled down to 5% because there was a couple times that me and the family actually got together. We sat down and we gamed together. But that chopped up to about maybe 5-7% of this week, if that. I'm just trying to say that life is good, and there's a reason for it. There's a reason, and that reason isn't me. Yes, I am a moving, altering force. I am a a power all on my own. But if it was not for my significant other, if it wasn't for my desire to be better for that person and for my son and then myself, there is no possible way that I would be who I am, that I would want to be who I am and want to become. There would be no motivation whatsoever to do those things. I urge you to find something that motivates you. If that's your kid, if that's your significant other, if that's your job, if that's the family that you're having to support, if that's trying to live this life to its fullest, find it, do it, stop at nothing until you achieve it. This is your life. This is my life. And we all share it. We are all on this rock together until we find a way off. And I am going to enjoy it. Not just by myself. I'm going to enjoy it with her up there. I'm going to enjoy it with our son. I am going to make this life, our life, spectacular. I don't make enough money to live out on our own. But that doesn't mean that we can't have a good life. Living with her parents for right now. Will we live with them indefinitely? Man, probably not. That's not the goal. It's not the plan. But I guarantee you that I will continue to strive and make sure that she is well loved, that he is brought up to be the man that he needs to be, not just by me, but by her as well, and anyone else who influences his life. We are going to make this life what we want it to be. Because we have the power to love and create. We have the power to love and create. Those two are probably some of the most important things. To love and create. We love one another, and we can create our own happiness. I created 3 months worth of calendars. We started throwing things on there. We started creating a list of things that needed to get done. And guess what? This week, I'm going to say over 75% of those things are done. The important things. And over the next 2 days, there's 2 more things that are going to happen. 2. So I'm encouraging you to find out ways that happiness is created. What creates happiness? Ask yourself. If you don't know, ask me. I will try to assist you. If I don't know, I'm going to ask my significant other. Because I'm interested in knowing what she thinks are solutions or ideas for creating happiness. 22 minutes, 15 seconds in. This is Skattosan. It's probably close to 3 in the morning. I love you guys. I'm gonna get back up there because I miss my family and I'm gonna go to bed. Good night.